Hello students, this is Lata Narwani from Mount Litra Z School Jhansi. Children, we were doing life processes and today we will be dealing lesson transportation. So what is transportation? Living beings intake various materials into their body in the form of food, respiratory gases, chemicals, water, etc. These substances have to be taken to each part of the body for proper functioning. This process is called transportation of materials. In our body, transportation of materials take place by a circulatory fluid called blood. Blood is pumped through a muscular organ called heart. The system in our body which deals with blood, heart and related vessels is called circulatory system or blood vascular system. This circulatory system has three parts. First is blood, second is heart, third is blood vessels. Now blood is divided into two components. Plasma, liquid part of the blood is called plasma, and there are blood cells or blood corpuscles. Heart is the pumping organ and blood vessels are of three kinds: arteries, veins and capillaries. Now one by one we'll study about blood. Blood, it is the circulating fluid present in our body. An adult human body contains approximately 5 liters of blood. The color of the blood is red due to the presence of pigment hemoglobin, which is present in the red blood corpuscles. Blood is composed of two parts, blood cells and plasma. Now blood cells are of three kinds: RBC, WBC and platelets. So one by one we'll study these. The first is red blood corpuscles or red blood cells. The other name of these cells is erythrocytes. They are also called erythrocytes. First point, they have biconcave disc-like shape. Second, their lifespan is almost 120 days. Third, their number in blood ranges from 4.5 to 5 million per cubic millimeter. Last point, they are red in color due to the presence of hemoglobin. What is their function? Their function is to transport oxygen in the form of oxyhemoglobin from lungs to different parts of the body. Next type of cells are white blood corpuscles or white blood cells. The other name of these cells is leukocytes. First point, they have irregular shape. Their lifespan is 2 to 3 days. Their number in blood ranges from 5,000 to 9,000 cubic per millimeter. They are colorless. What is their function? Their function is to fight against infections and destroy foreign particles which have entered our body. Hence they are called soldiers of our body. Third type of blood cells are blood platelets. Blood platelets, they are also called thrombocytes. First point, they have irregular shape. Their lifespan is 7 days. Their number in blood is almost 250,000 per cubic millimeter. Their function is clotting of blood. Means whenever the blood comes out of the body, these cells, blood platelets, they are responsible for the clotting of the blood. Next part of the blood is blood plasma. The liquid part of the blood is called plasma. Plasma makes up to 55 to 60% of the total amount of the blood. Plasma contains various salts, glucose, amino acids, proteins, hormones and nitrogenous wastes. Besides, it contains large amount of water. So these were the three components of blood. Next component of circulatory system is heart. Heart is the main pumping organ of our body. The heart or a body pump is placed in the thoracic cavity, that is the chest cavity, and it is present between the two lungs. It is slightly tilted towards the left side. It has the size of a fist and almost it weighs up to 300 grams. Heart is made up of special muscles called cardiac muscles which work throughout our life without taking rest, means they never get tired. The heart pumps at the rate of 72 times per minute. Structure of heart. The human heart has 4 chambers: left atrium, right atrium, left ventricle and right ventricle. Between left and right side of the heart there is a muscular wall which is called septum. This septum divides the left side of the heart completely with the right side of the heart, so that the both types of bloods, the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, do not get mixed up. Now blood circulation, process of circulation of blood in heart. The right side of the heart, superior vena cava, collects deoxygenated blood from anterior part of the body and inferior vena cava from posterior part of the body, and they both pour this deoxygenated blood into right atrium. Second point, from right atrium the blood is poured into right ventricle, and there are valves present between atrium and ventricles to stop the backflow of the blood. Third point, from right ventricle the blood is poured into pulmonary artery and sent to the lungs for purification. Now left side of the heart. First point, the left side of the heart contains oxygenated blood from the lungs and is brought to pulmonary veins to the left atrium of the heart. From left atrium it is poured into left ventricle. From left ventricle the oxygenated blood is poured into main artery, which is dorsal aorta, which distributes the oxygenated blood to various parts of the body. Now flow chart for circulation of blood. The left atrium contains oxygenated blood and it is poured into the left ventricle. Now the left ventricle, from the left ventricle it is pumped into dorsal aorta, and dorsal aorta is the main branch of the pure blood. It divides into many arteries, and those arteries, they send the blood to various body parts. From the various body parts it is sent to capillaries. From the capillaries the deoxygenated blood from various parts is collected into different veins. These different veins join to form vena cava. The anterior and the posterior part of the body, they pour their blood into superior and inferior vena cava, and then it is poured into the right atrium. So this is the flow chart for circulation of blood. Next topic is blood vessels. There are two main blood vessels in our body, arteries and veins. The structure and functions of arteries and veins are entirely different. Let us see the differences. First point, arteries carry oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery. Veins carry deoxygenated blood except pulmonary vein. Arteries originate from heart and move towards organs, whereas veins originate from the organs and move towards the heart. Third point is, arteries have thick muscular walls to withstand the pressure of the blood, whereas veins have thin walls. Fourth point, arteries do not have valves, whereas veins have valves to prevent the backflow of the blood. Arteries are deep-seated and appear red, whereas veins are superficial and they appear bluish. Last point is, Blood in the arteries flows with high pressure, whereas blood flows slowly and pressure is not felt in the veins. The next fluid of the body is lymph. This is another circulating fluid in our body. It is also involved in transportation of materials. It is formed by leakage of plasma, proteins, and some cells which escape from blood vessels and collect in the intercellular spaces and is called tissue fluid or lymphs. Our last topic is transportation in plants. Transportation of nutrients and water in plants is done by conducting tissue. What is this conductive tissue? Pathway for movement of water and minerals from the soil by roots is done by xylem tissue, and pathway for movement of prepared food from leaves to other parts of the plant is done by phloem. Water in plants is transported by two physical forces, that is root pressure and transpiration pull. These two forces are responsible for upward movement of water. Now, the shifting of food materials from leaves to other parts of the body is called translocation of food. This is done by phloem tissue, and for this the plant requires energy. It uses energy in the form of ATP. So children, this is all for today. Thank you.